Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, December 8th, 2022 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I hold space for the spirit of infinite possibilities. And coming off this ginormous full moon, I just did my Patreon group before this. And one of the things that it felt like was this full moon feels like an initiation sequence, like for a rocket taking off. And yet we're still in the sequence, and we are going to be in the sequence for a little while. We have a lot of shifts to still make, including we want Mars to go direct before we take off. And so part of this energy is holding space for possibility. Infinite possibility. The Sagittarius energy. The top of the cards that I have today is the New Vision card. And the New Vision card always feels like, where are you leading with intention? What are you aiming at with your intention? In traditional tarot, this is the Hangman card. And the Hangman card says, hey, you need to take another look. You're stuck because of your perspective. And this astro that I'm looking at for today and even into Friday feels like that. We're going to have the moon finishing up in Gemini, squaring Neptune, opposing Venus, and squaring Jupiter. And we're building into Venus square Jupiter on Friday before Venus shifts into Capricorn. And so these squares are challenges. And the challenge that I'm feeling here has a lot to do with the Pisces energy. Right now we have Jupiter at 29 degrees Pisces, which really is a anything goes degree. There's so much karmic energy that is tapped into this final degree of Pisces. And yet, good or bad, I don't know, right? And yet in this energy, and even in Venus in Sagittarius, Venus finishing up in Sagittarius, and even in the moon finishing up in Gemini, we can have energies where we're like, well, I tried to hold space for possibility before and it didn't work. And here's the thing. We are often the common denominator in these experiences, right? You can hold space for possibility, but if you are going through life repeating the same patterns, repeating the same thoughts, repeating the same everything, chances are you're going to end up in the same result, which means you are not going to necessarily believe in possibility. You are going to be repeating, right? This energy is priming us, asking us to see where we can shift our energies so that we actually can tap into these possibilities. And in this square, you may be faced with some of those energies. My friend April said to me once, like, to change a relationship, to have change in a relationship, only one person has to change. And it's really true. It's something that I remember all the time. This is a relationship with anything. It can be with your partner. It can be with the universe. It can be at your job. And this is the call to shift, the call to change so that you can, Venus in Sagittarius, North Node in Taurus, honor your values and level up in and through these energies and not necessarily repeat these same patterns. But it is going to be up to you, and you are going to feel the potential of this cross. Where you are feeling stuck is a call to shift, and you have that divine possibility.
Do I?
Joe just walked out the door and bumped into the mirror. I don't know if that's saying anything. You have the divine potential to shift in this energy, and noticing where you are feeling challenged at this time will help support you in that. And like I said, right now, this full moon that we just came out of is bringing us beautiful initiation for these shifts to come into full fruition come Mars direct in January, and later when Mars moves out of Gemini in March, which March has banana energy going on as well. So I love in the cards today possibilities, but it's definitely the intention of aligning with those possibilities and the changes, recognizing where you need to make changes and get out of your personal patterns, your personal mind processes to make these shifts. So really powerful energy that we're engaging in. That being said, Venus square Jupiter, Venus in Sagittarius finishing up squaring Jupiter in Pisces can bring a little friction and challenge to relationship. And again, you may see where there are these repeating patterns coming up in and through that. So your awareness of that will help support you in and through this energy. What I love is Venus moving into Capricorn on Friday evening will give you that opportunity, that I decide energy that I mentioned with Mercury in Capricorn, bringing that to levels of self-care, bringing that to your value system and being like, I decide to do this differently. I decide to show up in this other way so that I can align with these solutions. One of my favorite words is that solution energy. We also have some brilliance going on today in the astro energies as we have the moon in Gemini connecting to Saturn in Aquarius. The energy may be quite electrical. It may not necessarily be very calm or grounded, especially in the morning. Between this full moon, which we can't see right now because it's cloudy out there, but between this full moon and this energy, the electrical quotients, I don't know if that's the right word, but the electrical energies are definitely off the hook in and through this energy. So just be aware of that today as well and take that time to ground yourself. Make that part of your self-care, however that works for you. The rest of the cards, besides our beautiful possibilities and new vision cards, is the silence card. Bright future. This is the star card in traditional tarot. And so it's recognizing that, again, you have this possibility to align with the bright future. Sometimes our habit can also be not necessarily believing that actually is a possibility because you get so stuck in those things don't work out for me. I'm afraid to have hope because it may not work out for me. And so this is where making conscious change can support that, but be aware where you have those sinking feelings, and you may have to address those things. You may have to address those places where the not so great or maybe even the worst happened, and see if that maybe you have some understanding around that now so that you can release those old thoughts, right? Part of that burden energy where the mind just wants to poo-poo things because it's trying to protect you. The mind and the ego, they're trying to protect you from getting hurt, but we live and hurt happens. So we might as well go for it, don't you think? That's a very Sagittarius thought. The final card that I have is going with the flow. And with this really strong Piscean energy that we have going on, as much as you can be in the flow while you are working on these inner shifts will support you in the unfolding. So I'm going to leave that here for today. Book a reading with me. I have the year ahead. You can book a gift certificate to purchase for somebody. I am going to be traveling, but I will still show up as much as possible. If you do not see a video, I will always do a write-up. So you can always go look for that as well. And please, on Friday, I will be doing a live with my friends Nicole and Ryan at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 Central. That is 10 Pacific. Come join us and check out what they are offering. Namaste. Oh wait, I didn't even say all the things. So, besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There is more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power. And honor your values. Now, namaste.